Rocking in the free world. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Okay, great. I'll get my label book. Um, we'll talk about the platforms that I use, the strategies that we all can employ for getting our logos and labels done. You're more than welcome to say anything, but if you put in the chat, I'll probably be able to hear you. We got quite a few people that are here just talking and hanging out as we close up. Hopefully, you guys have questions. Anything else that I could show label wise to be organized? We have different size labels. We can talk about the nutritional facts, supplemental facts, cottage rule industry, things like that. So we'll just even put this here. So is there anywhere that you guys want to begin? A question wise? Know it all? Let me just get some knowledge here. Let me get some circulation going. I got my Moringa Cayenne tincture. Mm. All right, we're live. We're on. Just a few more minutes. We're going to close up with packaging, logos, labels. It's one of the most daunting tasks that members and anyone really is facing, is really just the graphics and the things, all the little things that you have to make, that go in the packaging. Like, this is what goes in a package that we ship. So this was a huge headache for me. Just, okay, I got my package, I got my box, but it's like, where's all the frills? Where's all the fluff? Where's all the stuff to answer their questions when they get the package? Because when they get the package, they tend to ask me a lot of questions on the back end. This whole business has been trying to solve the questions and the problems and give the people the answers right up front to help reduce the amount of communication and concern or uncertainty. If they're getting a cutting order, then they have a specific piece of paper that's just for the cutting. If they're getting fertilizer, they have a specific paper that's just for the fertilizer, but in every single order that we send, they get seeds. So we put a seed description and planting instructions for seeds. One of the things that I want people to know, we have another one for microgreens. This is a scan code, so you're getting to see the little options, the different options, this little piece of paper with a scan code. I can track how many people scan this code day by day by day through QR.io is what we use. It generates the scan code. We can track how many scans, where it's coming from. You can upgrade to actually track where in the country they're actually scanning it, which is where you would place your ads, because then those buyers are really interested in the moringa in that area. But this one is for microgreens. So when people buy a microgreens kit, I always get now what? I got the kit. Well, I literally made videos and a web page and an answer place just for them. So that way they click that scan code and all the answers are there. So that way they're not just dropped off, they got their product. It's not that you're done. You want to continue that relationship. Even if you're not having to be on the phone, you still want them to get everything that they need. Then we have a, hey, you want to make extra money, extra income? This is the affiliate program. So this is how you can get commissions and earn commissions, is through signing up to the affiliate program. And then do you want to track your growth? If you're getting the fertilizer, this is a growth tracking chart. This is coming in the package. And we have these files for all of our members to actually grab these files to check them off the list of the things that they should have and would want to have in their products and their packaging. One of the things that keeps me really well organized is really just even a product binder. And we have it alphabetical, where we have animal feed, biostimulant, bug spray, capsules, And then it goes into like flowers and loose leaf and perlite and seeds and spice. A lot of these ones are the smaller orders or smaller packaging. Would you be able to throw me a little baggie of something? Any little baggie. I just want to go ahead, give me a toss. Boom. See, this little one is a sheet of paper that you can print at home. So you can see here that I also am really well organized with the size of my labels. I'm so happy to say that I'm organized.
You are.
Woo. It's because I had a lot of women that worked in here with me, and they're like, "This is a mess," and they came in here and what's that one lady that wiggles her nose? They're doing their thing in here. So then they help me with, say, I've got the 32, or this one here is the 15. I go by how many is on the sheet. So there's a 10, and that's usually the size of the label, right? So a 10 would have 10 labels on it. This is a 15, so there's 5 in a line. So I have my 15, and then we have a 32. So there's 32. And you can print these on any normal printer. And what I've noticed to save me a lot of time and money and energy is to get the printer with the replaceable liquid ink, not the cartridge. The refillables. It's changed my life. I'm saving so much money. I'm going to the store less. I'm buying way less. I have literally used so much of that new one, the Epson, the little one, and it has printed so much, and it's barely even touched. But what's really great with that is that you can just squirt a little bit in there if you need it. You don't have to, replace the whole thing, or, so it's so nice. Hey, welcome team. We're going through labels and logos and products. So I've got the 32 size on this, but then if you hand me one size bigger with the perlite, or yeah, that one, the loose leaf, right? This is the 15, right? So you can get a little bit more information on it. It's a little bit bigger. The baggie's bigger, so that's why I went up a little step, right? And same thing with the backs. So how do you get your file? How do you even start? Well, first you got to start with your logo. And if you're looking for help to build a logo, then you could go into the members area. There are designers in the members area that will help you with your logo, right? Or your label. I say logo first, and then you want 3 sets of logos. You want a simple circle badge. Then you want a wide one that's really, really wide. So I have one that's badge, Grow Moringa. But then I have a rectangle that I use a lot, which is the badge, Grow Moringa, and collective in a stack. And this is actually the Fibonacci. This is a 5x8, right? Which means that's like the size of a credit card, right? That sizing is actually the Fibonacci sizing. It's the same thing. They use the same dimensions, the same thing as the phone or a lot of things in nature. Or like when you film something, you line something up on the 1/3 and the 1/3 of that line. That's the Fibonacci that I'm talking about. When you're framing out a picture or something like that. So when you're looking at it, I'm also framing this out 1/3, or even this one. So a lot of times I'm looking at it even symmetrically, where I have pillars and it's depth where we're going in. We've got something on the sides that kind of brings it into the foreground, which then also pulls you in. So I'm thinking about little things like that in the design. But the way to actually physically get this done and on paper is first, get your logo. You put your logo on the label. And the way that you can get a logo is by posting in the members area, asking for one of our designers, or you could also go to Fiverr or Upworks. Those are really good places for you to get your label done. Then that person that's doing your label, or if you have a label, you just give them your label to help make a logo. But they're going to say, what are we making? And that's where you can give them our template. And so we have these templates in the members area for you to grab and to give to the team that you're working with to make your own. Say, I need something like this with my QR code, my website, my label. And you can come up with your own label and your own logo for your package. And what's going to be advantageous for you is to have that ability to have yours and to also license ours as a team, because we're talking about going to the farmers market together as one team and having one congruent label. But also at the same time, you may want to go to the farmers market on your own. And so there's the ability to also have that freedom and independence for you to have your own prices to where you're working with the team and you're working with the network, or you're also independent on your own. My problem when I first started this company was I was a little bit too lax on the having your own, and people ended up depending on me too much. They needed me for all their orders. And what I need is I need you to be independent on your own square, having your own business, so that way we all can sit at the table. I don't want to be a keystone on the pyramid. I want to be a part of the people. And that's what this is creating a decentralized system where I have a property, you have a property, they have a property, and we all have our own logos. I know that I created a logo for us, but I also have my own brand. I have my other businesses too. I'm just doing this right now for Grow Moringa, so that way we can all get on the same page and same congruency, where we're all going to have our own things, but we all can also have this thing together. It's a way to be able to decentralize, but also to have more resiliency in case of a shutdown or anything like that. Because if, say, like the shop website goes down, I don't want hundreds of angry farmers saying, I can't get any orders. Yes, you can. You have your own orders. You have your own business. You don't necessarily need me for everything. And that's what's most important right now, because being that for everyone is a lot of pressure. So get your paper. I go off brand. I don't get actual, Avery is expensive. I go off brand. You can print at home, start on paper. Then when you have a file, once you get your file, and it's like, I've got my label. This is why I say, just get your one product. Just get your one product, whatever you decide it is, just get your first one, focus on it, lock in on it. I need this one label. Don't think about 10, just get the one. And once you get that one, you'll have the file. It's where you can just begin interchanging everything from that one file. So just get the one file first, pick what it is. If you want to do powder or you want to do loose leaf, for me it was tea and loose leaf. I started with loose leaf and then I added mint. And for a long time it was just loose leaf and mint. And the mint is like tea. Blessings. So what you can do is, once you have your file, is take it to a label company and they're going to give you a roll, or they're going to print it on a roll like this, and then you're going to get it like this. And so then you could buy a roll of 1,000 for, say, 25 cents a piece. If you're printing it at home, it's probably about that too, but you're having to spend on the money and the time to print each one. But if you can print 500 at a time or 1,000 at a time, it's really nice. I mean, I've done all of these where I printed it myself, I bought the roll, and now I bought the printer to print the roll myself. So I actually have the printer here that prints these rolls. And that was a $2,000 printer that I also spent a year trying to figure out how to work it. But now it's like a lifesaver. Last night till 2 a.m, I'm able to watch a movie and print out as many labels as I want. I mean, look, just glossy, crispy, whatever we think about, we can bring about. And it's having that ability and that power to be able to do that. I even had to trim this one down a little bit with the blade. This one I had to trim down a little bit because the one that I ordered isn't even readable in the printer. So we're constantly having to solve these issues that come up. We're having to be creative and flow every day. Like for a while there, for like a whole month, they didn't even ship the freaking white empty roll. And I'm like having to find out, can I get 2 or 3 places that I know that'll have it in case they're out or they don't have it, So Wonderful. Somebody's got some questions here. Wonderful. Oh, Angela, thanks. Angela's asking, can we add the Grow Moringa Collective to our label? And I would say yes, once you're certified, once you're a certified member. So just not yet. I just got to make sure that before you put the Grow Moringa Collective logo on your label, that we've gone through some sort of rigorous certification and training process to make sure that your greens are up to standard and that your loose leaf is clean and no mold or bacteria and that you're drying it well, which I have no doubt that you are because you've already been in here for a while and you're also an herbalist and have been doing this your whole life. So I'm very confident that with your supply, we're going to be able to easily get our label on yours as well. And we're very, very close. We're very close to having those certifications. We can focus on, say, loose leaf would be probably our first focus. So that way you could be certified loose leaf. So that way you could put supplied by a Grow Moringa Collective certified member, right? So on the back of your logo, you would have Grow Moringa Collective certified member, supplied by. And then when we get orders into the shop and they're all coming into the shop and I see that Heather's got 12 loose leaf, Patrick has 12 powder, Robin has 12 oils, Alex has 12. And what I'm saying 12 is we're starting to get to having a case of something. So if you can get to having 12 of these and 12 of these and 12 of these of just this one same product, but just in different sizes with this package, and we start sharing and seeing that you've got 12 of them made, but even if you don't have a logo yet or a label yet, even that is an opportunity for someone to say, hey, I'll buy all 12 of those from you without a label on it because I want to put my label on it. So even as a white label, you have an opportunity. Just getting that out there and that information in the members area is why I'm always telling people, just make a post. I don't know, but 500 other people might know. Or I can only help so much, but 500 other people, they might have a lot of resources for you. Okay, so we've got that size. You can see that I've got a tall size versus say like a shorter size on those because of the size of the package, right? Same thing with the backs. So I was able to compress it a little bit. What's on the label, right? So we've got a scan code. We've got the weight. I went ahead and went to ounces, then to pounds and grams, or if it's a pound, then I go to pound, ounces, grams. So having kind of all three on there. When I started, I was really just doing grams and wasn't really worried about anything else. But then it was always, what's the conversion? And even I didn't even really know because I kept myself in the grams mode. But now I really like having gone to the ounces and pounds mode because it's a lot easier for the buyers. They see it better. And so we're relating better to the market and not just an international size because everybody else out in the world knows what a gram is. But if you say a gram or 100 grams, what is that? Well, 113 grams is a quarter pound. A half a pound is 227 and 1 pound is 456 grams. I get this box made locally at a store down the street from here, Cypress Folding Cartons. They make folding cartons. One of the first things that I ever had made was actually a custom tea box at the same company. And then we moved up to a custom book in a box where I wrote a book. Now, this was a file, so like this was a file that I submitted to the guy. Like this. This is how I gave him the file. And tell me how I figure this thing out. Boy, I had to splice up and cut so many things. Look at that. I had to give him this file. It's upside down. It's flipped around. These are not the same. And I had to give him that file. So it's a file that he cut out and then gave me a pallet of these. prices doubled. So like in 2021, it was like $1.50. These are now $3.15. I think they're back down again. Because that was at the time I bought those when the wood was really high. Remember when the wood was like... Also, one of the things that you could do is maybe focus on a lot of little things. Like I have inside here is 10 little items, right? So I've got the powder, the loose leaf, the oil, the capsules, the tea, the spice. And so you could begin to have these little things in small quantities so that way you're not too overwhelmed at first. This really helped me to get the idea of scale and quantity and amounts. So having a small amount could also really help you quite a bit in your process. Angela is asking, how do we start the process of the certification? So you don't have to send me anything. The certification would start with, say, like even just a phone, like a FaceTime, like an inspection of the space. Also making sure that you have your soil test and your nutritional test is good, just for us to make sure, okay, we're good, and we're not having to ask any other questions like, is it in reclaimed water, or is it in a ditch, or is it by the road? If you get the nutritional testing and the leaf testing, you pretty much know that you're doing it good. So there's a small investment with that. I think it's like $100 to $200 for the soil test, and it's like $150 for the leaf test. And they're both done at different laboratories because they're doing different things. One's doing soil, so you're not bringing the leaf into the soil lab, and then you're not bringing soil into the leaf lab. So they're two separate labs in different parts of the country. What are we testing? Mostly for heavy metals. And so that was really just kind of like a quick label run through. Were there any other questions as far as labels? I know Angela's really interested in getting certified. So the first step in certification would be actually, for me, is going to take the book and break that down into several chapters. And each chapter will actually be, there will be a test at the end. And so I just have to, I have the files already separated. I already have the tests kind of complete. I just need to finish and touch up the little tests. So that way you have much more bite-sized information with the test at the end. And then that test would come with a certification. And it would be a simple, maybe 50-page or 50-question test, not much. You know, just 50 questions, multiple choice, open book. It's just making sure that you've gone through that.
No, I mean,
it's good. Is that good?
I just didn't expect 50 questions.
Yeah, that's just 50 questions.
When I hear the word test, I panic.
I mean, just
yeah.
A lot of people panic.
I mean, there might be like 10 like write out, you know, 10 yes or no, and then, you know, 30 multiple choice, you know, something like that. So that way it's just, you know, am I drying on a rack?
Yeah. Versus
on a table with a cloth, you know?
So with the certification, then at that point, then we could essentially, that's when we can work with the collective to fill orders.
As a supplier.
Correct. But if that
from the website
is not done, then we just need to continue to pursue our own.
Yes, so that's why, that's right. So before any of our certifications or anything, you're more than welcome to sell on any platform. Of course, you want to make sure that you're doing it healthy because it's going to come back to you. This is a sue-happy country, okay? So just be very careful with what you're offering and making sure that you're under the cottage rule, you know, with your labels and making sure that you're doing things clean and safe. You don't want to go to the bathroom and not wash your hands. You don't want to go in the place where there's soil and dirt where you're making your capsules. We keep things very separate. You know, we don't want the microorganisms from the soil on our hands when we're working with capsules and powder. So we're even changing clothes. We're doing things where we do stations for a day and then We come back and we do another station for another day. So that way we're dirty this day and we're in the lab the next day. And so that's a great question, Robin, because could you say it one more time? Could you say that question one more time? Just that way even I can be remembered. Yeah.
Yes. So with the certification, that is going to allow us to work within the collective to
Yes,
fulfill
I got
orders
it.
and on our own.
Yeah, so
Without it, we would just continue to pursue our own our own business.
right. So what Robin is asking is, do I need this certification to sell Moringa? No. You're able to sell Moringa at any time, on any platform, anywhere. Mostly you want to start in person. That's going to help you the most, cottage rule. As you're posting and you're putting things in the members area and our managers and admins are seeing that, they're going to put you in the realm of this person has a supply. We're not doing hypotheticals and we're not talking until we see the supply. But most people are like, I'm not going to give you a supply until you give me the price and that you contract and guarantee that you're going to buy all of my Moringa. Dude, you've never grown anything before. I'm not promising you nothing. Like, why don't you show me something? Why don't you give me a good quality product that I can see? Hit me back in a couple years, man, when you get your farming legs. And that's kind of what this is just people are asking me all these hypotheticals. Hit me up when you've got the product. I'll teach you how to get there. In the meantime, when I see that you've got a barrel, 30-gallon barrel, or you've got a case, or you've got 12, and you've got supply, or you've got 100 small baggies, you're going to get my ears popping. Oh, snap, they've got 100 baggies. Oh, snap, they've got 50 of the loose leaves, pretty, no labels on it. Because you took a picture of it and you're showing us what you got. And in the meantime, 500 other people in there saying, I'll buy it from you right now, before it even gets to Kendrick, before it even gets to the shop. So before you're even selling it for the shop, just get to the point where you can sell and have something to sell. Our marketplace, our members marketplace is popping. We have a free marketplace, which has 3 times as many people in there. Then we have a Facebook group. So I'm creating all of these places for people who are like, where do I market? Because on the Facebook group, I don't allow anybody to post anything unless they're a member, even in the Facebook group, because that keeps our Facebook group from being just like international spam, right? Because if you go to Facebook and you go to any other Moringa group, it's just WhatsApp me, buy my stuff, WhatsApp me, buy my stuff, but they're all in India or Africa or otherwhere that the picture that you're seeing is not what you're getting. Right. I've done this many times where we've sampled out from all these other countries to see if we could get into this business. Believe me, I tried. And every time we got stuffed with the crap after we agreed to a pallet, because they sent us a nice sample and it's green, but then the pallet comes and it's brown. And it's just like, crap, we just spent, thousands of dollars on this pallet.
Well, I also wouldn't, as a member, I wouldn't want to buy from another member unless I know that they're doing the quality that I would be providing.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, not everyone is going to have that quality control.
Well, that's why we will.
That's
the quality control.
To say, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to keep up to par with you.
Yeah.
And with the rest of the group.
Yeah. That's why if I see that you have the heart enough to do this on your own, then you have the heart to do this with us. Because if you're not willing to do this on your own, I can't make you drink. I've got to lead you to the water. And if I can see that this is really something that's passionate for you and you're sticking with it, then we're going to see that. And we're going to see, wow, they're posting that they have supply. They've got 50 of these packages made. And we can see it. There's a picture and it's clean. The lighting is good. Like, professional pictures is important to me. I went to art school. So when somebody's taking a blurry picture with bad light with a granite top that's from the 90s or something, and I'm just like, can we get a white background with good lighting and nice, whatever picture it might be, especially in the members area, tighten up so that way we can take those photos and market and advertise for you out in the world, you know? Because if we see a really good photo and we know that you've got supply, instead of us buying it from you, we're going to say, hey, y'all, and we'll put $50 or $100 behind that ad. And we'll say, hey, buy from this member. They're certified. They've got great quality and they're in this city. And we'll target that ad to that city. And we'll put your number on there so that way you're getting those calls. Get that business, because our job is the marketing and advertising for you guys. So label-wise, you want to start simple. And I like to label everything. Even when I started, there's a photo that I took 10 years ago. It was handwritten. It was a handwritten label. You know, I had cut it out of cardstock. I pressed a hole in it. I put a hemp string around it, and I just wrote on it. But it was just a card that I wrote on. And it was just to get going. It was just something, you know, and that card ended up turning into figuring out how to get a file. And then taking that file to, say, Staples or Kinko's or FedEx or Office Depot. When you go in there, they have a print center. And if you give them a file, they can print you out these labels on the sheet. And you can spend as much as you want or less if you want the glossy poly or if you just want the flat paper. It just depends on how much you want to spend on per sheet. They don't do the rolls there. If you go to labelvalueonline.com, labelvalue.com, they actually have a warehouse here in Tampa. You can go and pick it up and save $50 on the shipping because they're right here down by the fairgrounds. Oh, good. Angela says she's getting her test and she's ready to supply lots of people. All right. Great. Well, we just wanted to kind of come in. Are there any questions about labels, logos that we missed? Something that is very important for that final look. I mean, we're literally just putting something in a very simple Ziploc, but then, whoa, it has a label on it. It's real. That's fancy.
Is it? Do you have it on the site a link to where to buy like the bags and the packages and
yes.
the bottles? Is that all on there?
Yes. If you go to growmoringa.com, at the bottom there's supplies list. Okay. And it is kind of rough right now. We had a break in our system, so the images aren't there, but the words are there, and it's still linked to the item. But we just have a break in the images, and I have actually Cynthia, one of our members here, that's going to help us update our supplies page. People are seeing how many times a day do I get asked, do you guys have the supplies page where I can get this exact package? And so, yeah, we do have it on their supplies page. And then that actually helps us a lot too, because if you were to purchase that on whatever link we give you, we're giving you a link that we're affiliates to. And what's cool with that is, let's just say as a company, Grow Moringa is making $10,000 a month from affiliates as an affiliate, because members and people in our periphery are buying the things that we're affiliates for. When I say the company itself, Grow Moringa Collective is an affiliate of Amazon's, is an affiliate of Home Depot, is an affiliate of Lowe's, right? So when we're promoting anything, an affiliate of Nikon, an affiliate of Apple, all the things that we're already using every single day. When someone says, hey, what camera do you use? Hey, what mic do you use? Hey, what sifter did you buy? Hey, what package is that? Hey, what label is that? All of those things in this business can be quantified as us being an affiliate. And what's really cool with that is our business is broken down to offer ownership. We offer ownership and shares of the company, right? So the more profits that we have, the more royalties or dividends we'll have on the back end for all of our shareholders. So that's why we're trying to keep things. When people ask me right now where to get the pellet machine, we're working on that link. Where to get the oil machine, we're working on that link. So that way, when we do share that link and we get $10,000 worth of orders from these big machines, 4% or 5% or 6% of that can add up for the business itself to actually help clear a little bit more capital. Right? Ron's asking, what color bottles do we use? Where to buy the bottles? What color is the best to keep it fresh? So you can use the shop as a reference for any of our items. That's what to use, because I've already kind of gone through a lot of different packaging things, and I really like this rice paper package for the price and the visibility. It's also kind of waterproof a little bit. It's not recyclable, but it is biodegradable. It's weird because anything with a wax on it, they don't recycle it. So believe it or not, like the milk cartons or all the cartons that you think because it's cardboard, it all has wax on it. They don't recycle that. Same with this. But since it's not recyclable, it is biodegradable. It breaks down. It's not actually like a hard plastic. It's more, yeah. And you can kind of tell too, it feels different. Does that pretty much cover? So color, just look at our bottles. Amber is better because it doesn't let the light through. Also, there's blue and there's red. It's your choice. Your business can have any color crazy that you'd like. But if you're filling orders through the shop as a supplier, as a certified member, then we would want everything to be congruent the same. So you can decide that you have two different types of packaging products, or you just kind of have one. It's up to you. The dark amber bottles keep it fresh longer. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Everybody's good with the certification. You guys understand that, the more things that you do certified on your own is good, but even through us, if you're getting the soil test and the nutritional test, and once we have the forms with the test, it's going to be easy. And we're going to go by product by product by product. So it's like the first thing that we would want everybody to have to fulfill first would be loose leaf and tea. Then the next certification would be powder. Then the next certification would be capsules. And we would want you to go through that kind of as a flow, right? So we wouldn't jump straight to capsules if we haven't found out how you're doing your loose leaf or your dry room or even your growing, because there's going to be a growing certification. Like, how are you harvesting? Like, we're going to say, take a video of you harvesting, submit a 30-second video of you harvesting your trees. We're creating the certification and the everything that's in that for each section. Not much longer. We're really just flowing through the summer season. It was just really hot and harvesting every day. Now this is kind of where I get to take a break from the field as we get into the fall and get into November, December, January. That's where a lot of the progress in the company comes, because I do a lot of the back end computer stuff. Because during the summer, I'm harvesting all day, every day, stocking up for that winter time. So that way we have a supply. It's now going to be better than ever, because now we have products like the pellets and the fertilizer and the tinctures and all the things, and the seeds and the oil and the soaps and all the things that can kind of float us through the winter without having to focus on loose leaf and powder, because loose leaf and powder is going to be gone. If we don't get the members in the South to step up and have production, we're going to be out. We're going to be out by November. I need each member that's in the South, like in South Florida, to be having 10 pounds a week. That's the only way that we can keep up with this shop. I take powder and loose leaf off every winter. I have to take it off. But then that slows us down, because then when we come back next year, people are like, oh, they don't have it. They don't come back. They've already found the person that they're buying from now, so they don't come back because we took it off. So I've noticed over the last few years a lot of recurring revenue from names. I see names, every day, the same names. Or I'm noticing those same names are not coming back anymore. And that could be from not having a consistent supply, not having a fast enough turnaround with the order time. It's definitely not the problem with the quality. But it's the Amazonification of, why isn't it here in 24 to 48 hours? Oh, well, when you ordered it, it was still on the tree. I had to harvest it. Well, when you ordered it, I had to harvest it. Then I had to dry it. Then I had to pack it. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking to the guy.
And we'll have to say that in your Amazon listing.
Yes.
It's coming from the tree. If you
Straight
don't
from the
say
tree.
That, then you get penalized.
Oh,
So
good.
we'll
Yes.
say that.
Good. And we'll also be getting better with our times too, because once we get on Prime, then all the members that have the certification and the supply, they're shipping it straight to the warehouse. They're shipping it to Amazon, so that way we can stay on Prime. And then we're just 40,000 a month on powder, 40,000 a month on capsules, 40,000 a month on tea, 40,000 a month on loose leaf. We have one member right now that's making 40,000 a month of seeds, trees, and oil and powder. He's doing a lot of import USDA powder. I mean, he buys pallets of powder from India, but he finally, after 10 guys, 20 farmers that sent him fake samples with brown pallets, finally got through to one that could get him a good solid supply. And actually, I think it ended up being somebody from Colombia, where it's a Colombian moringa.
We just need to bring it back into the U.S.
Yeah, it's just the cost, because now he is accustomed to that cost. You know, so it's like he's not going to buy a pallet of our powder because it's twice as much as the pallet that he's getting from, say, Colombia or India or Africa or Mexico. You know, but once we have more supply within our team, like if we have guys like Dave and anybody that was here that has land that doesn't just have 400 baby trees and pots that I've got to get through winter. You've got 400 3-year-old trees that are producing a pound a week each. That's what we need. And that's this time frame that I'm in, this middle kind of interstellar kind of period where I'm just kind of like in this zone where it's like, all right, guys, I know it's going to take 3 to 5 years. All right, we're hitting year 3. Somebody's got to have a couple 100 pounds soon, you know? And sure enough, we've got a member in California, San Diego, that's been supplying another member with like 10 pounds a month. And we don't even see it because that member posted one time that he had 10 pounds. That member saw it, and now he's buying 10 pounds a month from him every month. Direct. I love that.
I posted the supply link in the feed and comments on the app.
Oh, thanks. I think there actually is a supplies section.
There is, but I just put it there just in case.
Okay,
someone
wonderful.
just wants to click it.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And then we can always say, take that post and even put it and move it into that section.
Yeah. So
What was the section? Supplies. Do we have a supplies page section? There might have been a supplies post and featured it. But I'm glad you made that post, because even your post that you made, we could feature it.
Okay.
And even move it into a section. So everybody's posting and doing is great, because we can then either move it or put it in the right place, whatever it is. Because a lot of people are still learning that you can post that topic in that section. So it's like it doesn't just go to home. Like if it's something about affiliates, you can post it in affiliates. If it's map, you can post it in maps.
Right.
You know, so that way it's not just in the home section. And a lot of times I'm just moving things like, oh, that was a pest question, so I moved that to pests. Oh, that was a whatever question, an affiliate question, so I just move it to affiliates. No big deal. But then I'm also just teaching people over time how to use the platform, and it's kind of clicking. It takes usually a couple months for people to see, okay, I know it's kind of clunky at first, but let me get on the computer and spread it out. Okay, now that I can see this on the computer, I can kind of get a better visual for it on the phone. Yeah. And if we need to, we could always go to school. There's Mighty Networks, which is what we're on, but school was invested by Alex Hormozy. He put like $100 million in it, and they've got the school games now, and they've got all kinds of stuff. School is like Mighty Networks, just, you know, another platform to host a community. That's all we're doing, is a place to host a community. We even have Go High Level as a place to host community, but I'm really nervous about that just because it's more of a developer platform, and there's a lot of code that can go wrong with that. I mean, it's really good if you're good at code, but I don't have a team and I'm not good at code yet. If I had a team that was good at code, I wouldn't feel any type of way about just having everything on there. But for right now, we've got a few things here, a few things there, a few things there. And hopefully that really helped with with closing and business. We had a great day today.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. You guys have been so great just visiting and hanging with us. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. I have been hustling on film now 11 straight hours. So, whoop, whoop. Thanks, team. We did it. This is to prep us. This for me is a prep for the 3-day. I'm going to be doing this for 3 days straight, October 18th weekend. So
You decided.
I did it. Yep. Yes, we did. Yeah, because even Cynthia was like, I like that weekend too. Everybody else was kind of like, I like the weekend. So this event was to solidify the start of MoringaCon advertising. We actually had a member here that took me outside and said, talk about MoringaCon. He filmed me and he said he's going to make an ad and drive traffic to membership
Awesome.
with the ad that I just filmed. Now imagine taking all the film that I've already made and putting a $5 ad behind all those posts and driving people for traffic as you increase your commission rate and everything like that. It's a business. Just that itself is a business. And I saw Cynthia's where she's like, Kendrick Henry, and I'm over there by the shed, and she took the AI, or she even went into the drive and already grabbed one of the clips that I already made for you. I have thousands of clips that I've already made for you in the drive to just post to your social media every day, because I've already spent the money and the time and the energy to make those clips. I'm making them available for you. And I saw that Cynthia every day is just posting a clip. And even that last one with the copy, that was great, because she was like talking about Kendrick, and right now that's branding. It's branding. Everybody knows Kendrick Moringa. So if you say my name on your post, you're gonna be like, what? I know Kendrick.
Yeah.
Boom, Moringa. Oh, boom. Yo, you want to get in the community? She had a really great, nice, short, quick copy. And then here's your coupon code to get in with Kendrick on the meetings and the classes. And it had a bunch of likes on it, and it was great. So thanks, Cynthia, for doing that and showcasing your social media as an affiliate page. Thank you.
I had fun doing it.
Oh, good. How did you grab that video? Did you just grab it from the drive, or did you find it somewhere or make it?
I found it and I made it. I didn't find it in the drive. I was just looking through your older videos
Right.
and stuff. So I said, "Oh, that's a good one."
So maybe it was one that we already made, maybe hadn't even put it in the drive. Better do it now, because I just took 300 videos off of YouTube. I had 1,000 on there last week. I'm down to like 7 or 6, or even I think I took another one. I think we're down to like 400 on YouTube. I'm trying to get it to 100 videos on YouTube that all are over like 5,000 views.
Right. The way my videos every day, I have like a Thrive Thursday and a Farming Friday and this, that, and the other thing. And sustainability,
Saturday or Sunday, yeah.
So
I love that.
I took a video that would go along with what I was doing
for that day. Yeah, I told Marie, our helper, that Monday is Moon Day. So that's water, fertility, snakes, things like that. They shed on full moons. They're governed by the moon, right? Moon Day, Monday. Lunes, martes. Mars Day is Tuesday. That's Mars, right? And so Moon, Mars, Wednesday, miércoles, Mercury. And there's plants and there's gods and beings and all those things associated, feelings and emotions associated with those days, those vibrations. Why do we feel this way on a Wednesday? It's also because Sunday is 1, Tuesday or Monday is 2, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 4. And 4 is kind of like that root number, that all the things that go back to 4 is huge, right? So we might feel like that because of that huge number, numerology thing. And I try to incorporate a lot of that stuff within the labels and logos, symbology with things, and posting on full moons about, live and action and doing. And then new moon is more like going within and in the darkness and planting the seed. And so you have your new moon strategy and you've got your full moon strategy. And a lot of times I even, it might have seen in a lot of the older graphics and things that I've made, I'd incorporate kind of like look at your wallet, look at MasterCard. MasterCard is the two suns, right? Because we're in a binary system, supposedly. There's two suns, which is why sometimes you might see clouds in the sky at sunset, because there might be another one behind it. Who knows? But they're putting it right there in your face. There's two suns on Mercury. Anyway, I don't know where I got with that. I'm getting tired. I'm rambling. It's like, yeah, it's time to go. Cut it. Even Alex is like, thanks, y'all. I had a great time. You just want to do another 12? We can keep it going. What was that one YouTuber that just went like 70 something hours on TikTok or something straight without sleeping? Oh gosh. I got to go. Okay? It's Saturday. We need to party. We need to have some fun. We need to do some partying. So we're going to have a little relaxing evening. We'll get some fire going and we'll chill. And so I really appreciate everybody for coming in. I look forward to meeting up later. There's possibly a meeting in about an hour with EJ. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. We'll probably pop in even for the Sunday meeting. So thanks. Thanks, team.
Bye.
All right. Peace and love. See you at MoringaCon.